get this year. We appreciate 2 in a row is a great start. We've got a bye week and we're getting ready to play Air Force. So I thought there was some adversity we had to overcome. Obviously, I thought there were some big plays that were made. For the most part, our defense was really outstanding. That's a good, prolific offense we were going against. There was a couple times that the ball moved a little bit more than what we'd like, but overall, I thought our defensive guys really did a nice job. And, you know, conditions came into play, wind came into play, and I thought our guys played well. So, questions?
Again, about the defense, I mean, I know you didn't have Carl today with a family issue.
Yeah.
You know, didn't have Johan. I mean, down some more guys, but man, they were pressuring him. What did you really like, and what did you really dial up to really slow them down defensively?
Well, I really thought, first of all, came with the defensive line up front. As you mentioned, Carl's aunt passed away with the funeral, really close aunt, and he was at a funeral today, so wish the family the very best. Thought the guys that played in there did a really good job and pressured the passer, and some of that comes down to coverage, but then the run lanes got closed, which were really important. I thought certainly in the first half we were unbelievable, and that gave us enough juice to finish off the game well. Yeah.
Were you a little frustrated at all, Coach, with the fact that you didn't maybe finish the way you wanted to in terms of some of the turnovers? And
well, anytime you turn the ball over, you're not happy, but as far as finishing, you know, I did thought we finished a long drive and had a touchdown pass, and so I was pleased with that. Now, obviously, the turnover with Nico was disappointing. Thought we were a little bit careless with the football today. Sean had a turnover when we were about ready to go in. We need to work on that, but we overcame those, and we'll clean those up before bye week comes. Yes.
How do you work with Sean on the ball security issues he's had?
Well, some of it I think comes down to him being a freshman, and that's just the hits that he took and the strips that he took in high school. I don't think he's acclimated. And what I need to be mindful of was, well, about 2.5 weeks ago, he was running on the scout team every time and wasn't getting the ball stripped at all. And so we'll keep on working on that. We'll emphasize it some in practice.
I know you joked early in the week, you know, you'll take snow, you'll take wind, you'll take anything you can. I mean, this was just a grind out, run the ball. Was this just kind of a game kind of in your wheelhouse, so to speak, of how for the style of play you
wanted
wanted
to play? Well, it needed
to
to be. Sean can throw the football, and we've got good receivers, but as a game began to unfold, even at the start, we thought it was really going to be important to establish the line of scrimmage, use the clock, and the best defense I know to keep their offense off balance is have them on the bench, and we certainly did that. I thought we had some long drives, used up a lot of time in possession. Would have liked to scored some more points, particularly early, but yeah, we're really happy. And I thought that Sean made some pretty big time plays today as well. Yes.
Coach, where do you feel Sean's developed the most over the course of him playing so far?
I think he's understanding our offense a little bit more. He's making good decisions. There was a couple times, today on the naked, he was going to be really smart with the football, which he was. He's understanding our audible system better. We certainly, I would say, probably got about 25% of the playbook in, but he's getting more experience, and hopefully with another week, bye week, he'll be further along as we get ready for Air Force.
Coach, what have you seen in terms of improvement in the offensive line that's allowed you to now, for 3 straight games, have 2 100-yard rushers?
Well, I think a lot of it's just getting man on man and knocking guys around and sustaining blocks. And then I think some of the runs by some of our players today were outstanding. I know Nico had a couple nice runs, so did Javon Bigelow, and then I thought Sean had a couple big-time runs as well.
Which even, back to the defense, even going back to the Utah State game where even though you lost, I mean, that was a really good effort. It seems like that's really playing like maybe some people's expectations from the start of the season. What's really changed in these last 2 or 3 games with that side of the ball?
I think a lot of it, there's a lot of different facets, Robert. First of all, when our offense is moving the ball more, we're not out there as many times. We're getting more 3 and outs. I do think maybe a couple of the offenses we played early in the year, particularly like Washington State, has bared out to be a great offense. But just having more balance on our football team and keeping our guys fresh has really helped. I think, as you get a defensive lineman or even a defensive back, they don't play as many plays, and so they're fresher.
Nico obviously waited his time here and has 1,000 yards and hasn't even played in 2 your games this year. Just what do you think about that milestone?
Well, he's been every year you always have bright surprises. He's certainly been one. He's waited his turn, and that's kind of counterculture what goes on in college football now. Most guys, it's instantaneous, me now, what's in it for me, and Nico's been an ultimate team player, he was a selected captain, and then for him to have the type of season, I can tell you, there's nobody, our team deserves, I shouldn't say our team, but he deserves some of those accolades he's getting, and I know he's starting to receive some national attention. Yes, Robert.
Injury-wise today, how did you make out? And I know I didn't see Rocket out there even,
No,
or Watts either.
Rocket, they thought he strained his knee, they checked it out, it wasn't a meniscus tear, so we're in hope we'll have him back. Miles Williams went down, I think it's concussion, and who was the last guy?
Watts.
Zach Watts. Zach could have played today, but it would have been an emergency situation as patella slipped out. He practiced a little bit, but the number of reps he had as being a freshman, he just wasn't ready to go. Yes.
And Coach, after next game, Sean might have to give up his red shirt if you put him in one more game. Have you talked about that with him and discussed that situation?
I think we've already addressed that. We're doing whatever we can for our football team this year. And Sean has got a great attitude. And we have some outstanding seniors that deserve an opportunity to win every single game. And so that's the mantra we have, and that decision's already been made.